Hello, everybody. It's the 2-Minute Terminator. I'm Ethan McKinley, and here we break down and dismantle the Terminator films 2 minutes at a time. We watch 2 minutes of the Terminator, and then we talk about the Terminator for about, well, sometimes up to an hour. How we feel today, I have no idea. But on the other end of the line is our co-host, Ellie Fitzgerald.
Hi.
And there she is. We are going from the 148-minute mark to the 150-minute mark. So that should be the 2 hours, 28 minutes. No, it should be the 2 hours, 28-minute mark to the 2 hour, 30-minute mark. And it starts with John Connor burying his head into his mother, Sarah Connor's floppy oysters. And it basically ends with the credits. Now, what's interesting about this is we've been going... I took my notes from the Skynet edition, but then we ended up only being able to watch the special edition of Terminator 2. So that kind of sucked. However, all is not lost, because the version I'm actually going off, the one that I accidentally deleted off Ellie's computer last night, which was a mistake...
There's a mistake, and a mistake.
And a mistake. So it starts with John Connor and it ends kind of in the middle of the credits. Now, on the edition I've got, that's all that happens. He buries his head into Sarah's bosoms. And then, we can do both, actually, because it's quite telling and timely we've got this one. This is actually the last episode, technically, of the visual Terminator experience, if you are following along at home. We're not, Ethan.
They just listen for the sordid stories.
They do. Well, we'll come to those, but we've got lots of facts and things. But in this, the end episode, the version I'm watching, which is the special edition, it ends with Sarah's face, and then it fades into a road, essentially, and a noble road going off into the dark, which is
that's the ending I like.
Well, yeah, of course, it's a more ambiguous ending. Now, the Skynet edition, which tacked this ending on, I believe, to the end of the film, which I guess why Cameron's not that happy with it.
Which is rubbish.
It is actually rubbish. So with that, this is the last visual Terminator. The rest is like 6 episodes of end credits. So all of you fans out there who like us to talk about anything but Terminator, well...
You're in for a treat.
You're in for a treat, because it's going to be picking out funny names in the credits, talking about...
That's my favourite.
Ellie's bankrupt and empty life, and me panicking, so I probably spent too much money trying to build a recording studio for the last few months. Hi, it's 2-Minute Terminator. I'm Ethan McKinley, and Ellie Fitzgerald is on the other end of the phone, so...
Hit the fucking music!
You fucking bitch.
Watch out for machines, they're unstoppable. Watch out for machines, they will rule the world.
And it's nearly Christmas, and you're calling me such horrible names.
You stole my thunder.
Yeah.
Anyway, listeners, welcome to the 2-Minute Terminator. As I said before, we are going from the hour and 28-minute mark to the hour and 30-minute mark of this very long movie. And we're going to go from the bit where John, of course, buries his head in Sarah's bazooms, and we don't see the ending. Well, we do see the end. We see an ending, basically, of the truck headlights driving in an open and empty and dark road into the darkness, essentially.
Do we know what road that is?
Let me check. We do not.
Oh, that would have been a great fact.
It would have. What? Why?
Well, because it's the last thing you see, and if you're like, and I even know the road that they're driving down.
Well, Ellie, just to fill out the time, and because I made notes off the Skynet edition, we're actually going to go off the Skynet edition for this last part of the show, even though we've not dealt with that for the entire, run of shows, basically.
Well, maybe we can do this one on this ending, and then the next episode it could be on the other ending.
Sure, let's eke it out even more. So you've got an empty road, Ellie.
Wait, I thought we were going off the Skynet edition.
Which one do you... Oh my God, which one do you want to go off, Ellie?
Skynet, because there's more happening.
Exactly. Well, I thought go for the Skynet talk ending, and then we can, we can touch on the
Super
one...
talk! So do you have any facts for us, Ethan?
Well, it all ties into the same thing, really. So I guess technically you couldn't really have an episode about that. I don't know.
Fuck it. We can just discuss at the end of this one which one we prefer.
Yes, we have some facts.
Fact attack!
You know what that was like?
A horse?
No, that was like someone who's just eating a bowl of chili and then wash it down with a gallon of gin. It was the ass game. And then like two tiny chickpeas shooting out of the ass. Pew, pew.
The first time I ever got drunk, I drank a whole bottle of Gordon's gin to myself. I drank it out of the cap.
Did you give Gordon the money back?
Threw myself on this boy called James. And it was the first time I ever saw a boy, like, you know, you can make your dick move, like, in your trousers.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing that, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So I was, like, grabbing his penis and stuff. I think I was about 12 years old. And I was just like, by the end of it, oh no, Christian, that was his name. At the end of it, we had to go, and my mates were literally dragging me by my hair. I was like, no, I want to stay with Christian. Ah! I made a right fucking tit out of myself. And I thought he was really hot. The next day, when I was like massively hungover and was like, what the fuck is this feeling? I saw him, and oh my god, he looked like fucking Pizza Boy. He was so ugly, and he was covered in spots, and he was so gross, and I was just like, alcohol is the devil. So I learned from a very young age that booze is bullshit. I digress.
Well, yes, what can one say?
Hit us with some facts, Ethan.
Oh, I thought you were not finished talking about your life. Yes, listeners, the original ending, of course, for this was a playground scene featuring Sarah Connor, I guess in her 60s, I think?
No, she must be older.
Well, in the clip, it's set 30 years after, I believe, the August 2029 kind of Judgment Day date, wasn't it?
Does it say that it was set 30 years after?
Sorry, I apologise. Right, hang on, let's get this straight. Even though we've done this show
I thought it was 40.
It's 1997 is when the bomb goes off, isn't it? So I don't know where the 2029 comes in. I'm sorry, I've got no... I should be a fan of this film.
I think it's a skewed timeline, to be fair. Not ours, but I think the film.
No, it's August 28th, 2029, isn't it? But I think it's actually 1997. Hang on, let me just play the bloody clip for the listeners. Right, this is the alternate ending of Terminator 2.
It's shit.
All right, that's not the right ending. I apologise.
Just go to the link that you sent me on Facebook.
That's a good idea, Ellie. Of course I should do that. Indeed.
And also, can I just say something before you play it, and the listeners can decide when they hear it in a sec?
Mm-hmm.
The way she delivers the lines, it just sounds weird. It's almost like she's reading the lines for the first time. Like the tone and the pausing and the pace at which she says it all. It just sounds really bizarre. I don't know.
Well, the crux of the scene basically is the wrap-up, and I think maybe studio pressure maybe asked him to take this out, or maybe he took it out to leave it open for a third one, although he never actually made one. It's basically a playground scene set in 2029, and it's an old Sarah Connor dressed lovingly in orange. And I guess it's kind of that Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey type feature where everyone's kind of in like bright pastels and like wearing silly hats.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
So,
although we do have a very PC playground, we've got an albino in there, we've got a Chinese kid.
Yeah, the Washington skyline's got some like wacky like new buildings in it. It's like a bad matte painting really. It looks very much like the Time Machine, the Rod Taylor version, where he like goes into the future. And you're like, oh.
I was gonna say it looks really futuristic, doesn't it? It did not look like that in 1997.
No, right, hang on. The bomb goes off in 1997 and the war begins.
Okay, so what date is this meant to be?
I think John Connor is fighting the good fight in 2029. That's when they send the first Terminator back.
Okay.
But basically, everyone's dressed in this kind of like all pastel shades. It's really kind of bizarre. It's like a mix almost of like Demolition Man meets Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
I love Demolition Man. It's a great movie. So shit, it's great.
The best thing is the people in the background behind Sarah, and the guy's got like the frisbee on a piece of fishing wire.
They're doing like some kind of weird yoga shit.
Yeah.
Actually, they're all in like fucking. That chick's in like Cool on Me workout gear.
Yeah.
Please don't bomb me.
Why is it always in the there's two kinds of future. Futures where people wear like bright pastel shades, or like everyone wears black. Why is the name middle ground?
Well, fuck the pastel shades. I wear black whether it's the future, the past, or the present.
Well, I think one of the main reasons Cameron dumped this is because it kind of, one, it's too much of a happy ending. There's no ambiguity to it. Two, it doesn't really look that futuristic. And actually the main reason, listeners, this is your big fact, like Stan Winston's team kind of made Linda Hamilton up to look as old as she did. But it doesn't look that good, does it?
She looks like an acid victim or something.
Yeah, she looks like someone has been acid attacked in the Middle East and had like chins melted onto her neck.
Oh, you poor woman.
Yeah, the original Playground ending was cut to leave the ending open and not the altered future with the old Sarah in the playground. So Cameron kind of scrapped that. And
Get rid of it.
it also features the unscarred John Connor, who is now is a senator, fighting the good fight in the Senate, as he is a senator.
Courage and goodwill.
Yeah.
Are you gonna play it? Are we gonna let the listeners hear it?
We will. Well, it's Sarah's journal, isn't it? Cameron basically the main reason Cameron hated the fucking makeup.
I'm not surprised. It looks fucking terrible.
Yeah, but for Stan Winston, you'd think they'd have made it better. But I guess people won't do it. I mean, you know what? They could do old age makeup. Dick Smith, not Miller, who played Mr. Futterman in Gremlins.
Yeah.
Dick Smith is like a veteran Hollywood makeup artist. He made Dustin Hoffman look really old in Little Big Man in the 70s, and his like makeup was quite convincing.
Maybe he just didn't like Linda.
Yeah.
Linda, really fucking shit makeup. I'm gonna fuck her sister.
Here's your clip.
Sorry.
August 29th, 1997 came and went. Nothing much happened. Michael Jackson turned 40. There was no Judgment Day. People went to work as they always do. Laughed, complained, watched TV, made love. I wanted to run through the street yelling, to grab them all and say, every day from this day on is a gift.
And this makeup is shitty.
Boring.
Instead, I got drunk. That was 30 years ago. But the dark future, which never came, still exists for me. And it always will, like the traces of a dream. John fights the war differently than it was foretold. Here, on the battlefield of the Senate, his weapons are common sense and hope.
Tiny, Grandma, tiny.
Shut up! Psh. Put your own fucking shoes on.
Grandma, why's your face melted?
How's that?
Thank you, Grandma.
The luxury of hope was given to me by the Terminator.
Even though she tried to destroy robots in her advancing years, because no one is interested in her sexually anymore, she does actually rely on robots for certain things.
Because if a machine can learn the
I thought it was funny.
value of human life, maybe we can too.
So if a machine can learn the value of human life, maybe we can too. That was the...
Yeah, and just watch the fucking news and tell me if that's true.
So she wanted to run up to people in the street and go, every day is a gift, but instead she got drunk. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, she did. Basically, all I'm gathering from this little bit of dialogue that she gives is just that she's this crazy batshit woman who's an alcoholic that just runs up to people saying weird shit in the streets. Like
And she's really into orange.
Well, it's more like a Jamaican ginger cake colour.
And also, they can't fix, like, squeaky swings. Get some oil on that swing. It's the future.
Oil that swing. Although I did notice that there is a chick in it in blue with massive chebs. That kind of was a good moment for me.
Fucking lesbian.
Dude, everyone appreciates a good pair of tits.
Do they?
Whether you're straight or gay or bi or whatever.
Or a robot.
Robots don't have feelings.
Right, well, John Connor...
What do you know? You're a robot.
John Connor, the actor who portrays the old John Connor in Terminator 2. The best John Connor? Who knows? He's played by Michael Edwards. Michael Edwards was born on the 24th of November 1944 in the Castro Valley, California. He is an actor known for Terminator 2, Mommy Dearest. Oh, oh God, what's her name? Jean? No. Oh my. Joan. No, Joan Crawford.
Joan Crawford.
Crazy Joan Crawford, the biopic with Faye Dunaway playing Joan Crawford, and Superstar, the Karen Carpenter story. Oh my God, get your facts right, Ethan.
Or I'll slap you with an attack.
Well, Michael began his career as a top male model. Ooh. And he's pictured and interviewed in the book Male Model: The World Behind the Camera. Wow.
Ooh.
He was also the former live-in lover of Priscilla Presley and wrote a tell-all book about their affair entitled Priscilla. Oh my God. Priscilla?
Ketchup.
Priscilla, Elvis and Me. The title is a parody of Priscilla's own mentor, Elvis and Me.
Sort your fucking life out, Ethan.
Do you know what it is? Because I've not got any glasses, I'm trying to see what's on the screen. I can't see jack shit. I'm like...
Where's your glasses?
I don't know, kid. I fucking sat on like 2 pairs of them and fucked them up.
You fucking sat on it with Shaniqua and broke the fuckers.
I didn't know, John. I've lost my bloody glasses, so I can't bloody read this music. Where's Ringo? Get him off the ceiling. He's taking LSD again. He has a daughter, not Ringo Starr, but Michael Edwards. His daughter's name's Caroline. She was born in 1967 with his ex-wife.
Is she fit?
I can't find any information on her. But Priscilla, Elvis and Me in the Shadow of the King is his book. He had a short-lived acting career, which ended in 1999. He did an episode of Silk Stalkings. He played a digger, a construction worker. Before that, he had a named character. He played Ramirez in The Sweeper. He sounds like me, this dude. Thunder in Paradise Parts 1 and 2. He did an episode of Frasier in 1993 and playing Almond, whatever that is. I guess that's a giant man in an almond outfit, right?
Oh, God.
Thunder in Paradise, Beverly Hills 90210. He played a grip. He played a judge in Queen. He played Richard in the Karen Carpenter story, just the voice of, which is a short. Oh, my God. And he played Handsome Juror in It's a Living. Oh, my God.
What the fuck?
Well, the thing is...
basically, this was the pinnacle of his career.
No, because he doesn't have any actual lines, but in Mommy Dearest, he actually played a named character called Ted Gelber. So he had an actual part in 1981, so I guess he was trying to form a movie career off the back of his modelling career, and then after that he played the clairvoyance assistant the following year in The Day the Bubble Butt. This guy just had a shitty agent, basically, that's all he is. He had a handsome juror in It's a Living, and then the only 2 named characters he's played was Ted Gelber in Mommy Dearest 1981, and Richard in Superstar, the Karen Carpenter story, but that was in voice only. I apologise. He played Ramirez in The Sweeper, which was a video in 1996. So I guess he threw in the towel in 96 after the Silk Stalkings episode.
The Silk Stockings or Stalkings?
Stalkings. I think it was like a detective agency. Why am I even asking? I'll just I'll Google it. Just Google it.
I can give a fuck, mate. So how old was he when he did Terminator 2?
Well, he was born in 1944, and Terminator is 1991.
So he's like 50 odd.
Yeah, nearly.
So
yeah.
48.
I'm 48.
I have to ask the question.
Yeah.
Why the fuck does Sarah say Michael Jackson turned 40? It's like, what?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, of all the things you'd pick out, I mean, Cameron didn't know this when he wrote it in 1990 or 91. What would happen with Michael Jackson? But yeah. Retroactively, if they did a special edition, which they are, the 3D version, she should put in, who'd have thought Michael Jackson touched all those kids?
He was a paedophile.
And he turned 40.
I don't think he did it.
He did do it.
He didn't.
I don't think he did anything like...
I can smell a pedo from a mile away.
I don't think he did anything overtly like, you know, force your head into the pillow and walk it off afterwards. But I think he did stuff.
I just think that he kind of blurred the lines a bit. I don't think there was ever
blurred the
any,
lines.
Like, physical abuse or
I would never
the
be with
relationship
him.
he had with children was obviously quite bohemian. But
well, they weren't his children. They've been DNA tested. Blanket. They're not. Well, they're all bloody. They're not black for a start.
They're all test tube. They're all test tube babies, basically.
Yeah.
Blanket, my little blanket.
Blanket. I never touched him. That's sexual.
That's sexual. That's ignorant. Come and sit up my wishing tree, Shamon. Yeah. I just think he had a bit. Yeah. It was a bit blurred lined. What was right and what was wrong.
Mm.
The fact that he slept in a bed with all these kids and stuff. But I don't think he would have ever molested them. You just look at him and you just hear the way he talks, and you're just like, you're not a bad, sordid person. You're just massively. I don't know. I felt so fucking sorry for him, man. Really did. And that Martin Bashir documentary that they did, that fucking nasty Joe. Yeah, that's right. I fucking said it. You piece of shit. I hated him for that. I was like, you absolute cunt. But the
Joe?
thing is he
Who's
actually
Joe?
showed himself. Joey.
Martin Bashir's bad, you mean?
Yeah.
Why?
But Joey, it's slang. Joe Dacky. Reading.
No. Why? Oh, Martin Bashir's bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
He painted the worst picture of Michael Jackson. Did you ever see the documentary?
Well, I've got a celebrity insider who said Michael Jackson had several relationships with boys. One in particular, when he was a little kid. When it was discovered by his father, Joe, that was obviously stopped, and he was I guess, had more of a watchful eye kept on him. So I guess he was more of a prisoner of his own fame in a sense, that kind of aspect of himself had to be shut down. But they said...
Well, his dad used to beat him, didn't he?
They said at the age of 11, when he was split apart from this boy who he was ever so close to, his kind of sexuality and his mind kind of froze in that kind of time.
Yeah.
So...
But
I mean, this is just conjecture. This is just what insiders say,
Yeah.
basically. He just said he kind of got frozen in that moment and he never kind of grew up in a sense.
Yeah.
Now, the Louis Theroux documentary, when Louis met Michael Jackson, which is obviously famous because Louis Theroux never actually met Michael Jackson. It's just him on the trail to kind of find, Michael Jackson. And he never actually gets him, but he speaks to a lot of people around him. And he actually speaks to one guy in particular who had this pen pal / telephone relationship with Michael, which I think became a bit sexual, a bit phone sexy. And he was a dude. And he had
I'm not saying that he
had no reason to lie. He had... I know what it was. He wanted to interview Michael for his school paper or something like that, or his college paper. And I guess Michael Jackson just kept calling him back after that, and they had this kind of relationship for many years. If I can find it...
And how old was this kid?
At the time, I think he was about 12 or 13 or 14. I'm pretty sure. Now he's a grown man, of course. This documentary, I think, is from 1999 with Louis Theroux. But yeah, no, it's an interesting thing.
Read.
Maybe Michael was just gay.
Yeah. I just think that he was a very confused man. And, never really had a childhood of his own. I just felt very, very, very sorry for him. But anyway, we digress. Bit of a weird thing for Sarah to say. Not, who was president at the time or whatever. No, just he turned 40. Well done, Michael. Well done. Very bizarre. What else can we say about this particular scene? Is this the same playground as the one that she keeps having the dream about?
That's interesting. I don't know. It doesn't look quite the same, no.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it looks like a modern playground. Well, a futuristic playground.
It does, but obviously that's in the future. But it kind of almost looks like the same kind of setting, with obviously the different and more up-to-date skyline, no?
No, it can't be, because this is obviously set in the future where she is an old lady, and the one they film in for the potential present that playground is in, she's actually looks like 1984 Sarah Connor. So you could argue it's actually in the past when John was... Well, it is in the past. It's when John was a little baby.
That's a good point. Thank you, Ethan, for clearing that up for me.
That's all right. Well, also you have to remember that this is obviously set in Washington, or meant to be. That's why you see a Parliament Hill in the background amongst all the futuristic...
What's all these random kind of space alien buildings?
It's to convey a future.
But then why put all these people in these normal but bright clothes?
because I guess you want to show the future, but not in a kind of an overt and garish, even though it is pretty garish way. Then people never get the future right, do they? I mean, Back to the Future didn't get it right. Logan's Run didn't get it right. Logan's Run,
Blade Runner didn't.
No.
Blade Runner certainly didn't.
No, it didn't.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Blade Runner didn't get it right.
I don't know. You could argue though that filmmakers create the future in a sense that people will be inspired by films like Blade Runner or Logan's Run, even though I wouldn't recommend that. Do you not think that then it kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy? It does come to true in a sense,
Maybe. Oh, there's the Chebs again. They've got to be at least E's.
How many seconds into the clip are you talking about?
It's like 1 minute in.
Exactly 1 minute in. Okay, let's have a look.
I think so. 1 minute.
1 minute.
In. Yeah, if you go to 1 minute. Oh wait, no, it's not. I lied.
Oh, okay.
Go to
I know.
54 seconds. Look at those.
They're not that big.
You suffocate a hamster in that cleavage.
I don't know. What have you got to add to the Terminator, Ellie? What do you think of things?
Why can't we see John's fucking missus?
Does that
Where's
matter?
she? Just wondering. Do we think he's a single parent? Where's mommy?
I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe it's Sarah.
Oh! That's fucked up. I like it. No, because then the little girl would be all like thalidomide kid with her tongue stuck to her elbow and shit.
I don't know. Would that happen first generation? I don't think it would. I don't know.
You're not meant to. Yeah, you're not meant to.
I know you're not supposed to, but could you get away with it just once as one generation?
No, if it's direct family, because I think years ago it still used to be legal that you could say marry your cousin, but now you can't.
We're going to move to Shelbyville, where we have a right to marry our cousin. That's more of a Shelby.
We're quite as smart as Shelbyville. You tell us a right here, and we'll vote for it. No, because when I was a kid, I really fancied my cousin, and we did actually make out a couple of times. And my cousin asked my auntie when I wasn't there, he's like, can you marry your cousin? Or like, what's that about? She's like, no, it's illegal. It's not right.
I know a few people that have had sex with their cousins.
Down syndrome babies. I know, but you go to all those weird fetish clubs, don't you, Ethan?
No, I just know people that have I just know people that have done that.
I can't necessarily say it'd stop me.
For the record, listeners, I've never done that. All my cousins are boys.
And ugly.
Yeah.
If you had a hot female cousin, you'd be fucking banging her every fucking Sabbath.
No, I mean, I'd say no, but then again,
you would.
But that's the question you are asked. It's like, people go, I'd never do that, but I don't know. If your cousin was Kelly LeBrock and you got on really well,
Kelly!
who's to say?
Exactly. No, you definitely would. Although my cousin now has got like really overweight and he's like a fat old raver.
Sophie, I think, she said she had a thing with her cousin. They almost did it when she was on. I think they were out in Dubai and he was living in Dubai, and she really.
I do hope she never listens to this.
Really fancied her cousin. I think that's what she said. Anyway, it was a cousin or a second cousin. It was something too close to be doing it with, and she was like really wanted to do it apparently, and nearly did it.
Is that true though?
Yeah, of course. Why would she lie?
Well, she lied about a few things that came out after you guys split up. But let's not go into that on the podcast.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about anyway.
I'm 26. I've got a good memory.
No, but I mean, I read an article that like lots of incesty things happen. It's quite a common thing, and I guess it would.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I guess it is. I mean, not just between like some abusive parent, but brothers, sisters, cousins. I guess it's like playing doctors and nurses.
I'm not saying any names because I'm a little bit more tactful than you, but I know someone that I know a brother and sister that used to fool around when they were kids, and they're both fine. They're still friends. They definitely don't fool around anymore. But yeah, that was an interesting conversation. Drugs are a magical thing. It's amazing how honest people get when they've got some fucking
Bit of sodium pentothal in their system, like the
being
CIA.
pumped full of serotonin.
By the way, sodium pentothal, that thing you see in the movies when the CIA are like, they inject it and they like interview you or interrogate you, and you tell the truth.
Oh,
the
truth
truth,
serum.
the truth serum. What do you think that actually is? Do you think it's just like ecstasy or something like that?
Are we gonna die? Yep. I'd say it's working.
Yeah, that thing he has in True Lies, but they don't actually explain what that is. But sodium pentothal apparently is the thing that.
You know my handcuffs. I picked them. I still have yet to watch that movie and count how many necks he breaks in that fucking scene. Literally, everyone that comes on, it's just. He loves a fucking neck breaker.
Jamie
Lee. Sorry, carry on. I'm going into True Lies now. We're not watching True Lies.
As we're coming to the end of this show, I'm going to try and. I'm trying to think how we can pull this off, Ellie. We can do this the commentary of Terminator 2 maybe before Christmas, then release it on Christmas Day.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
I'll bring the Blu-ray to you, and then we'll watch it with all the facts plus
all the facts,
the text and all the pop-ups and stuff, and we can just like riff off that and talk about it as it's happening, kind of. So like the speedy version of the thing we've actually done for the last 3 or 4 months.
I also think it might be quite cool to go through this everything wrong with Terminator 2. You know, the thing that has the movie sin counter.
Yeah.
I reckon it'd be quite cool to like do that in the same episode as well, or maybe I don't know, a bonus. But it's fucking hilarious. It's so funny.
Why don't you make a list of it tonight, Ellie?
I already, when I was waiting for you to call me, I already started.
Yeah, start writing down notes. And the other thing is, what are you looking forward to Terminator 3?
There's the truth. And the truth.
I kind of am.
I kind of am, but I'm kind of not.
Because I don't know what it was about. The weird thing about Terminator 2 is I think we were just like all these outside forces kept just fucking with the show constantly.
No, that is true.
So hopefully
we've learned from that now. So
yeah. So I mean, and also 3 is not that good a film. So I think there'll be more stuff to attack it for.
Yeah, no, I can't. I'm actually, that's the bit I'm looking forward to. Just none of the other shit.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be good.
Good.
Actually, what I was actually doing before we spoke on the phone was I was looking for the right edition of Terminator 3, but I can't find the right one. So
how many editions of Terminator 3 are there?
The one I'm trying to find is the Blu-ray 2-disc version of the film.
Oh, okay. So has that got like extra bits in it, or?
Well, no, it's got 3 commentaries. Apparently, it's quite a bare bones disc. There's only one deleted scene, which is the "Hey, I'm Sergeant Candy," and it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger dubbed over with that kind of Southern black gentleman. And he's on the treadmill, and they're kind of like
that's amazing.
He's the model for the new Terminator. They go, I don't like the voice, and then this guy with Arnold's voice goes, "We'll work on that. We'll work on that." But apparently, yeah, that's the only deleted scene on the actual disc. The rest is just 3 commentaries, and I understand Arnold Schwarzenegger's commentary is priceless because all he does is describe things on screen and talk about the women in the film in his kind of inimitable, sexist Arnold way. So,
can I just read out John Nichols' comment on your reviews on his driving lessons?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We've got some mailbag.
Mailbag. No sweat off my sack. As far as my driver training goes, great construction of a sentence there, John. As far as my driver training goes, all our lessons were during daylight hours, so lights never came into it. And my car has automatic headlights anyway. Yeah, fuck you, Ethan. The stuff at the side of the road is not called wake up paint. It's called rumble strip, you donut. But yeah, basically, I'm a shit instructor. And then you wrote, wake up paint is such a better name. I'm going to City Hall to make it happen. So John replied with, make it so, number 1. I will be in my preparation chamber. Oh, you boys. So, yeah. It's really funny, because last night when I was on the way back from my parents, my brother was driving. There was this car in front of us just driving really slow, and I hate I just hate slowness. It does my head in. I'm a fast person. Like, if I'm walking from A to B, you might as well walk fast so you can get there in the quickest time as possible. So I'm really impatient. I'm like, shit, I've got to get home. I've got to do podcasts. I'm literally effing and blind. I'm like, what the fuck is this twat in front doing? Like, is he going to wait for the fucking lights to go red? And as we've got closer, I was like, hang on a second. And I was like, I think that's Ethan. And it was. But to be fair, it's not an area that you're used to driving around in, so I can understand and excuse it. I was just being an arsehole. I don't even drive, what can I say? But I did find it quite funny. I was like, who the fuck is this twat? This fucking pussy. Shouldn't be allowed behind the fucking wheel of a car. Look at his fucking car. Hairdresser's car.
It literally is a hairdresser's car.
It literally is a hairdresser's car. With a flat battery and a fucked wheel.
Yep.
Well done. Happy fucking Christmas. Mother must be so proud. Yeah, and that's pretty much me done.
Okay, so that's that, I guess.
That is that.
That is
so long, farewell. Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.
Okay, well, listeners, thank you all for listening. It's been an interesting sojourn into the final scene. Well, obviously
It's been a really good episode.
Yeah, well, that alternate ending was actually thrown in the bin for a better ending, which is just like driving into an unknowable future, which I guess is what the future always is. It's driving into the darkness, or the abyss,
Unknown.
which was Cameron's prior film to Terminator 2. Anything else to add, Eleanor?
It's nearly Christmas. Hope everyone has a nice time. Keep
That'll
listening.
do. It's the 21st today. Tomorrow's the 22nd, right? So.
Mm-hmm. Summer. It's winter solstice tomorrow.
What are you doing on the 23rd?
Working and then nothing.
Okay. I might come down on the 23rd and actually plug this. Just make sure you've got a Blu-ray player first, and I'll bring.
We do in the front room.
I'll bring Terminator 2 special
Terminator.
edition. Have you got the remote control for it, Ellie? Can you make sure all those elements are in place before I come all the way to fucking London?
Yes, I will, Ethan.
Good dog.
Good dog. Hasta la vista.
Baby. Yes.
Watch out